our language was only spoken, it wasn't written, and art was like the closest form we did have to a language. So like artists were believed to be like vessels from our atua down to the people to tell the stories. And that's like how we can remember those stories, is because of the permanence of art, and we still know the things we knew back then because of our amazing storytelling abilities. Ko tarakeha me maungarangi ngā maunga, ko ōpape me ōtara ngā awa, ko ōpape me terere ngā marae, ko muriwai rawa ko te iringa ngā tipuna whare, ko ngā tamahaua me Ngāti Ngāhere ngā hapu, ko nukutere me mātātua ngā waka, ko whakatohia te iwi, ko Emily Lyall. I'm in my third year studying a Bachelor of Māori Visual Arts. My practice, I would say, is like multidisciplinary at the moment. My art's definitely evolved as I have. I feel like I can be more innovative with my work. It's cool how you can like bring different aspects of like Māori art into different mediums. Initially, I didn't really understand the concept of being Māori. My friends were white. They would just like say some like pretty racist stuff to me, and I didn't really understand it because they would say things to me like, oh, like you're gonna like have like a family of like 8 by the time you're 16, your husband's gonna come home from work and like beat you and all this stuff. And at the time, I had like no idea, because like everyone hears this stuff in the media, and I'd heard it too. So I was like, oh, like, and because I didn't know my whakapapa, I didn't really have anything to back myself up with. So not that I believed them, but there was nothing else like saying, no, that's actually not right. Swimming in the ocean is something I try to do probably once a week. Growing up north, like I'm very used to being around the ocean, so I kind of know what to look for, just like rips, what the tide's doing, if it's coming in, if it's going out. It's fun, like it's it was kind of crazy, but like the little mental battle was so fun. I think you have to be in a good headspace to create. Like artist block, like if you're just feeling like blah, you're not going to create anything amazing. I think you definitely have to be not necessarily happy, but well. I've been a lot more well after. I don't know if I can credit it all to like learning about te ao Māori and my whakapapa, but it's definitely happened at the same time. It was the 2020 lockdown that my mum had a little project where she would learn how to weave. So that's where I like first got exposed to it and like was playing around with it. Finding harakeke spots in an urban environment can be pretty tricky sometimes. When I'm driving around, I'm always looking out the window at the bushes I'm driving past and wondering like, oh, I wonder how I could get to those ones. But yeah, we found some pretty good bushes at this spot. In the middle here, this is the baby, kepi, I think people call it rito as well. On the side of the baby are the matua or parents, and then beyond the parents we have the grandparents, tipuna, and you know, their parents and their parents and their parents. So to make sure that we don't kill the plant, we have to leave the baby and its parents. The baby won't survive without the parents, so the plant will die, so we leave them, but we can take everything else beyond that, tipuna and beyond. Te harakeke, te korare, te taonga tuku iho, no ranginui, raua ko papatua anuku, ho mai he oranga mō mātou, tihei mauri ora. Practicing traditional art is good because the materials you're using to create these things and the method is all natural. You're using the gifts from Papatuanuku, and then eventually you acknowledge that it's going to go back to the land as well. Knowing that I've made things and got things on hand that I can give to people that they will appreciate, especially Māori art. It's pretty cool if you're gifted taonga, and I think people appreciate that, so yeah. I think the guidance and the lessons through the stories have a lot to share with anyone, and I think it's cool that being Māori that we've all heard these stories and these values, so we all have the same kind of values. I think is cool that we get to navigate that together. Māori culture is one of the only cultures in the world that actually weaves without a loom or something. It's all hand done, so it's a very slow process, but you have all that time to see the patterns in your head. It's a lot like math. Some of the patterns that we're making are so complex, and obviously I'm just going off a sheet I'm copying something, but Māori would, back in the day we'd just do it out of our heads with no reference. We're so good at seeing the patterns that is actually how we're so good at knowing about the stars, because it's the same thing. We see the patterns in the stars, same as our weaving. I reckon if my tipuna saw me and what I was doing, I think they'd be like, oh damn, this Pico's pretty shit. But apart from that, I think they would be ultimately proud, because they would also see the struggle and the generation where it was cut off, and that having to build up the knowledge on my own. I've never thought about where I'd be if I hadn't gone down this path. I'd probably be depressed. I don't even know what I would be doing. I feel like I would be so lost. I would have no idea what I want to do with my life, because through my learning, now I know what I want to do with my life.